Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I'm here with Sir Emanon. Say what up.
Hey, what's going on?
Alright, so if you guys haven't seen the over 1 hour long LunaLight Time Thief combo video, 25 combos in an hour, with every possible crazy nonsensical thing you can possibly do with this crazy deck. This is the man who made the video, so he's the perfect guy to teach us how to play this crazy deck. I'm just going to pull up the deck list you sent me. This is your personal deck list?
Yeah, this is the one I've been working on. If you are familiar with my content, you might notice there's minor changes to the list from the one that I posted on my channel a couple of weeks ago. It's still a bit of a work in progress as far as figuring out like the exact optimizations, but yeah, I think that as of a couple of days ago, this is the latest list that I've been conjuring up here.
Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick card by card, and if you guys are not familiar with the series, the way this series works is the deck expert provides a deck. I play a few games on ygopro, and our deck expert tells me what to do. And as I claim to be a competent Yu-Gi-Oh player, I will ask the questions that hopefully you, the audience, are having while we are going through this. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't look up additional supplemental materials. These videos are very weird if you have not read the cards in question, because we are not going to be reading them per se. We're not going to be telling you exactly what they do. We are assuming you have an idea what the deck is, you just don't know what decisions to make during the game. So let's do a quick card by card and we'll get right into it. So first we have 3 LunaLight Kaleido Chick, 3 LunaLight Tiger, 2 copies of LunaLight Yellow Martin, 1 LunaLight Emerald Bird, 1 Blackwing Zephyros the Elite, 1 Armageddon Knight, 3 Time Thief Winder, 1 Time Thief Bezel Ship, 1 Danger Nessie, 2 Danger Jackalope, 2 Danger Tsuchinoko, 2 Danger Mothman, 3 copies of psy-frame Gear Gamma, 1 psy-frame Driver, 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki, 1 Foolish Burial, 3 LunaLight Perfumes, 3 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 copy of LunaLight Serenade Dance, 1 copy of Time Thief Flyback, 2 copies of Time Thief Retrograde. In the extra deck we have 1 copy of Raid Raptor Force Tricks, 1 Time Thief Redoer, 1 Time Thief Perpetua, 1 copy of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Evil Swarm Exiton Knight, 1 Daigusto Emerald, 1 copy of Boral Sword Dragon, 1 copy of Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, 1 Curious the Lightsworn Dominion, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 copy of psy-frame Lord Lambda, 1 copy of IP Masquerena. In the side deck we're playing 2 copies of Gameciel the Sea Turtle Kaiju, 3 copies of Droll the Lockbird, 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 3 copies of Twin Twister, 3 Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of Red Reboot. Is there something that you are not playing other people play, or something that other people have been playing that you are not playing, you know, vice versa?
So I think there's a lot of sort of contest as far as like specific Time Thief ratios. Some people are just opting to play the like Redoer and Lambda combo without like the main deck monsters. Other people are going a bit more all in on the engine, kind of like what I'm doing here. I think it kind of just depends on like how much you value the ceiling, because I think that the Time Thief monsters increase the ceiling by quite a lot. And I think one of the most important things is to get access to the counter trap, which is Retrograde, because that kind of helps you solidify your board against side deck cards such as Dark Ruler, because those kinds of boards, and Lightning Storm as well, that's another thing.
Yeah, I hear both of those cards are like auto losses for your deck.
Yeah, those huge gaping flaws in the build. So like trying to cover for that as much as you can, I think is something that should be a focal point for a lot of LunaLight players. And I think that the alternative that a lot of people have decided to go for is main decking other hand traps. So people have decided to main like Droll or DD Crow. And I think that those cards are fine to play. It's just kind of based on the meta call. The meta is still like very much developing right now. It's very spiral heavy at the moment of recording this video. But there's also a lot of like Altergeist and like mirror matches, hero decks. So yeah, the UDS is finishing up in Tulsa. So
yeah, I think there were 4 LunaLights, like 4 Spiral, some number of Altergeists. It's pretty variant. It's definitely an open format. Anyone can do anything with anything.
Right. So if you are expecting a great deal of combo decks, then I would advise main decking the hand traps if you wanted to. I just think that this is a pretty good all-around list. You could maybe like drop the danger count a little bit, but I just find that it helps the consistency too.
Yeah, I was concerned about the dangers, because if your opponent's maining Droll for Spiral and you get drolled off of 1 danger, then you're losing advantage after that, right? So
right, and something I was considering to sort of counteract that was a main decking Call by the Grave. That's kind of an unpopular choice, because a lot of people don't really like Call by, especially with dangers, but I think that in certain instances it is sort of a necessary evil. So there is definitely room for experimentation or just personal preference. But like this is kind of just a pretty, I would say, cookie cutter build if we wanted to go off of something like as a good starting point, and then you can work from there.
All right, so I just have a few cards I would suggest, and I just want your opinion on it because I don't
Yeah,
know, maybe
sure.
I'm crazy. I was thinking a card like Phantom Knight Shade Brigadine would be a good starter that gives you just another level 4 to make plays with that doesn't draw a card in the process.
Yeah, Brigadine was something that I considered. It's just that it sounds kind of weird because there's like so many cards that like just search your LunaLight pieces, but there are certain hands where you just don't open like the standard Chick Tiger play. So um, I think to some degree you have to play cards that like help you dig for those cards, because if you don't see the LunaLight engine, then it's hard to really like get a meaningful play on like across, you know.
Okay.
But it is a good like option in addition to other stuff as well.
Yeah, I had some other goofier card ideas. Maybe that make more sense to discuss at the end, but that was one that came up early just because, at the very least, if you bricked, you could definitely make a redoer with a trap card.
Yeah, I think that like this deck also just it has some problems against Droll as it is, like even independent of dangers, because it involves searching like force tricks or searching with force tricks, and then later on searching for gamma. So like you're already kind of susceptible to Droll, and like this build, like if you play Winder as well, that's like another searcher. So I just decided like if people are main decking Droll and like they open it up like in their opening hand, then like I just kind of accept that that's a possibility that can happen, and like that's kind of something that you have to sort of work through, whether you decide to just take the loss to it or like try and work around it. It's kind of up to you.
Okay, fair enough. I figured maybe you can make Lambda right away. You do main 3 Gamma, so that's technically a card that can stop a droll, but I don't know how well it'll do.
Right, it sort of just depends on your opening hand.
Alright, so we're going to get into a few games. We're going to play for about an hour, so let's get into some games. Alright, so waiting for game 1, waiting for our opponents. What do you side out in this deck when you have to side?
Okay, so siding, it kind of depends. If you're going second, especially, you could side out some of the cards that don't help you play through boards. So you can think of things like Bezel Ship's a good example. You could think of like maybe the second copy of Retrograde, or even both copies. Like if you're playing against like a heavy combo deck, you could side out like duplicates of Dangers, or like Foolish Goods or Armageddon Knight, like if you want like your normal summon for like other stuff. It kind of just depends.
We're going first, right?
Yeah, we always want to go first with this deck.
Alright, cool. We opened the combo, right?
Yeah, we opened the combo pretty much. Yeah, so pretty much starting off with Tenki is probably the best case scenario.
I guess we want to know if we're sure we get the Kaleido Chick.
Yeah, there is actually a world where you could like be a little greedier and search Emerald Birds just to get the Martin out of your hand. But that play is like kind of risky, especially if like people like hand trap the Emerald Bird. Most people don't do that.
Alright.
So yeah, you can go ahead and fire off this Kaleido Chick here.
Does any of the zonage matter for now?
For now, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna send Martin off of this, and what's interesting about this hand is you already have Zephyrs in hand. So what I would do is scale Tiger and then just activate Mothman and see if you can get the Zephyrs out of your hand.
Well,
Right.
we
Well,
do,
looks
we
like
do
you
get
did.
it.
So yeah, we're gonna get it out anyway. So oh, that actually kind of changes things. So I think I would actually discard the Martin here so that we can get a search for Serenade Dance. And the reason for that is that Perfume already provides a discard outlet, so you're pretty much able to just set up like the entire thing. Oh, he's playing Shadal's. Alright. So it's a little unfortunate that he gets to summon a guy for free now, but we'll work with it.
Well, I can't flip it right now.
Correct, yeah. So now that we know what he's playing, we definitely want to step Abyss Dweller here. So that's also something to keep in mind. So we can use Tiger to bring back the one of the two Martins here. And since we already have Zephyrs, we can just slink up straight into the Lambda. It saves like an extra step. And then from here, I think I would use the Perfume first.
Alright, ready? Kaleido, so
Yeah.
we could put in the Emerald
Yeah,
Bird?
target Kaleido Chick. Yeah, we want to send Emerald Bird pretty early on into this combo sequence. Alright, so we can use Perfume's Grave Effect to discard the Serenade Dance. Yeah, and then search ourselves a second copy of Tiger. Alright, and then we can... Oh, did we use a Kaleido Chick yet to send Emerald Bird?
We did, yes.
Okay, alright, so we can scale the other Tiger here. And then we can bring back pretty much whatever we want. It doesn't really matter.
Well, we've already searched the Serenade Dance. If we're doing the Redoer at this point, we can attach the Emerald Bird to summon another guy, right?
Yeah. Here we want to summon Redoer and Perpetua at the same time. So we're gonna need to summon both of them out anyways. So you can like target the Emerald Bird. It's like fine here. I guess the minor point is like you could summon the Emerald Bird to play around like Nibiru because it triggers if they Nibiru the Emerald Bird. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can make Redoer with these two. And then you can trigger Martin and Grave and bounce one of the Tigers.
Alrighty.
And then you could, yeah, you can use either Serenade or you can use the Tiger. It doesn't really matter which one. It just kind of depends on like which Lunoids you want to keep in Grave. I think personally, I would just use Serenade now, just to make sure that I keep Martin in Grave like at all times. Yeah, okay. So just discard the Zephyrs and then summon the Kaleido Chick.
The only reason I would consider keeping the Serenade Dance is it actually provides you a degree of defense on your opponent's turn. If they
it actually can't activate during your opponent's turn, unfortunately, because it specifies your main phase. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you can overlay these two for a copy of Perpetua. And then here's a cool interaction that I actually didn't cover in my big video. What you can do here is actually use Perpetua right now, and target the Redoer and put a Bezel Ship underneath it.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. And then what you're going to do is activate Redoer to detach the Emerald Bird as an effect. So it triggers Emerald Bird, and you trigger Lambda as well. You can structure the chainlinks however you wish. I guess
we don't want Lambda to get Ogred or something,
Ogre,
right?
Yeah, so you can like go chainlink 1 Lambda.
Doesn't really matter,
and then you can bring back. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which one you bring back.
Is there a reason to use Kaleido Chick again and put the third Tiger in the graveyard for any reason?
There is like... You could do that. It kind of just depends on what cards your opponent plays, because like, I guess technically you can bring it back if like Tiger gets destroyed. You can bring Tiger off Tiger, but like it's very minor being. Okay, so you can use Bezel Ship now, and detach either of the materials off Perpetua.
Minor time issues always are a concern.
Yeah, right. And then you can just make a Dweller because we're against it all here. And what's cool is you didn't even have to use Zephyrs. Like, you can't make another Ring 4, and like you can kind of just you can kind of just end up on this board.
So we're passing here, right?
Yeah, we can basically just pass here.
Okay, so we're gonna
because you need space to summon the Gamma and the Lambda anyway. So if you put another monster in the field, you actually won't have space to summon the Gamma or the Driver. So
does it matter where I put it?
I like to put it on the far right just so it's away from everything else.
Okay, so if they have Super Poly, I guess is a problem.
Yeah, if they have Super Poly, then they kind of just have it. But,
should we shotgun the Dweller?
Kind of falling out of here. Yeah, we're gonna use Dweller because he has a card in the field, so we don't have to fear impermanence here. Yeah, detach Bezel Ship for sure. Because it's a free follow-up.
We can bring it back with the Perpetua now if we wanted. Would that be productive?
Well, we wouldn't want to because again we need space to summon the Gamma.
Okay.
Because you need Gamma and Driver, so.
So I think the order in which we do Perpetua and Redoer matters here, right?
Yeah, we use Redoer first just so that we know what to attach with Perpetua.
But we only really have 2 choices, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna attach a trap. We're gonna attach Flyback.
Okay. Any consideration for playing the spell card just to guarantee a spell?
Like the spell effect's nice, but I think it's a little bit win more. And I think the effect on the field is like a little underwhelming personally. So.
Okay.
Like its only utility would be specifically for that.
Should we
that draws-
Gamma a Shadal Beast?
I think we're okay with that because like whatever he discards can't trigger anyway. Just want to see more info on his hand because he has a lot of cards.
Well, he can't use the Clown. That we could shuffle back.
Yeah, we can definitely shuffle this back. Yeah.
That is a once per turn.
Yes.
He does play Nibiru. We didn't get Nibiru though. We'll get to search
we can
another
trigger
Gamma.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably going to get killed.
Yeah, it's just extra value.
Yeah, people I've seen have been testing Delta and Beta. Okay.
Delta, like, I think is pretty cool. I think I understand the idea behind Beta, but I don't think it's like super necessary. Because like then you have to really play a heavy psy-frame package, which I mean is fine if you choose to go that route, but I think that's like pretty. That's a lot of non-engine cards in my opinion.
Well, this one negates us and can't be distributed battle, so I guess we could. Should we Gamma this? Because otherwise we won't be able to Gamma at all.
We're gonna have to Gamma, yeah, because we don't really have a choice. We won't be able to if it resolves like later. So.
Okay. I could put it in defense to try and encourage him to attack it.
Yeah, just see if he does.
Like if we put it in attack, he can't get over it with almost anything.
Pretty much, yeah. So the thing, I guess something to note here is that if we were in Master Rule 5, if you happen to see this video in Master Rule 5, what you could do is like make IP like with the Zephyrs and stuff, and then make the Dweller in like another zone. Then when Redoer banishes itself, at that point you have the chance to use the Gamma and the Driver because we'll have like an extra.
We would have passed on Perpetua though.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, actually, we wouldn't have had to in Master Rule 5.
Yeah, it sort of depends. Yeah, Master Rule 5 changes the deck a little bit. It's not like super significant, but it changes things enough. So normal summon Squamata, I think that is. Alright, yeah, he scoops. But we are in a match, right? So, okay. So this is interesting with Shadal's, because the structure deck just came out this past Friday as of recording this video. So it's kind of still in testing as far as what people are doing with it.
Well, if we're concerned about Window, we might want a Dark Ruler.
Yeah, we need outs to Window for sure. Like Dark Ruler and Gamma Seal should probably be in. It's just a matter of if he's still going to make us go first, because Shadal Fusion is so good at going second. So like, I'd be a little concerned with like setting out too heavily, if that makes sense. So yeah, like I'm gonna be completely honest too. I haven't actually tested against a lot of the new Shadal cards.
Let's just make a judgment call, but we'll give our audience some idea of why we're doing it. We don't have to go all five cards.
Yeah, so I think I'll just side out like a Bezel Ship. Maybe side out like one Retrograde. Take out like. It's kind of hard, as you can see. There's like a lot of.
Well, we don't have to put in all 5. We could just put in maybe just the 2 Dark Rulers or 1 Gamma Seal, 1 Dark Ruler, just as a not sure.
Yeah, we could do like just some combination. We could do like 2 and 2.
Okay, so then we got to cut 2 more cards.
Yeah, we'll cut.
I'm always tempted to cut these once per turn cards like Foolish Goods, but
yeah, 1 goods isn't bad to cut. We can cut 1 goods, and we can cut the Armageddon Knight if we're afraid of like hand traps. Because Armageddon Knight is usually going to send like a Martin, and that's like another like choke point for Joel. So that's like another thing to consider.
Okay.
So yeah, like it's kind of like difficult if we don't know how his deck is fully designed. Because some people play the deck.
We'll find out what he wants to do in a second, but consider he's playing.
Alright, so he went first anyway. Alright.
Right,
we opened Gamma Steel, so that's nice.
Okay. Team Sam just posted his crazy video this morning on his Mech Knight Shadal Invoke deck.
Interesting. I actually haven't seen it yet. Might have to
I
check that out
don't normally watch his videos because they're just too over the top for me. Just a little bit. Not that they're bad. I can only handle so much Sam.
I hear that.
Alright, so they searched Alistair the Invoker. They're activating El Shadal, so this could be Winda.
Yes. Dragon doesn't do anything, going first. Alright. So we have like the perfect hand to kind of just out this board.
I actually didn't realize how broken our hand is actually until
Yeah,
Tim
our
said
hands
that.
are like nutty.
He must be
Yeah.
set. He must have a set invocation, or it's in his hand. But his other card is pretty useless.
He didn't even normal summon the Alistair, so I have no idea what his set is. So I can't foresee it being something like super impactful. We can just go ahead and summon the Gamma Seal. He'll get back the El Shaddai fusion, but like it's fine.
Well, he can't play a quick play from the graveyard.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess the worst thing that can happen is that it's a set El Shaddai, but then he doesn't have 2 darks to make a window again.
Right, yeah.
Alright, so run us through.
Yeah, so here we can just normal summon Kaleido Chick and just get our play started. Yeah, send the Martin, because the Emerald Bird's in our hand anyway, so... Yeah, go ahead and we can activate the Perfume.
So I guess called buying a Martin happens pretty often.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, he sees the writing on the wall, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, at that point we're discarding for the Perfume with the Nessie, which is a free card, or the Emerald Bird.
Yeah. Or we could make Zephyros and then discard the Zephyros. Or make 4 Strix to search Zephyros, rather. And then we can activate the Danger, yeah. Like we can activate Nessie when we have 4 cards in our hand. And then go from there and see like what we draw, if we draw anything.
Okay.
And if not, then we use Perfume, yeah. But like that hand was busted, so... Yeah.
Okay. Well, we didn't get a good showing because our opponent's a rage-quitting asshole. Anyways, let's get into game 2. Alright, welcome to match 2. We're playing against me, apparently, so I am playing me.
The IRL mirror match, as it were.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's like this is like the same hand. That's crazy.
Great, let's do broken things. We actually have Winder, which is all the cool stuff you can actually do, right? I feel like without Winder, the deck is less cool.
Right. I think the one like kind of issue here is that we have the Emerald Bird in our hand, so like we don't.
This
really
card just forces you to make a choice. Like it's a choice you never really want to make, right?
Yeah, because if you get Valor there, you just pass. So I would never want to do that. So I would just go for Kaleido Chick.
Okay.
Because you could technically make Curious and then send another Perfume, so you have like 2 discard outlets, and that's like also fine. Yeah, we can go ahead and use Perfume first.
Right, Crow would be a big deal for us, right?
Oh yeah. Crow sometimes just like ends your turn, but it's not all bad because we do have some follow-up plays, so it's like alright. Yep, 4 Strix.
I hear we lose if we get gnomed.
Yeah, but that's what MR5 is for.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna use the 4 Strix here. And we want to detach the Yellow Martin in case we get like Ashed or something.
So if we get drilled here, we've kind of done everything we need to do to actually get somewhere?
Yeah, if we get drilled here, we just like end on a very small board and try again next turn.
Alright.
But yeah, we can use Winder.
This is my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah, I love Winder, he's great. Yeah, and then he searches the counter trap, the retrograde.
So Winder is detaching from the 4 Strix, which didn't matter anyway, just to get us the retrograde. Awesome.
Yes. All right. So you can scale your Tiger first, and then we can bring back either of them because we can link off anyways. So we have a choice. I would typically just I would bring back Yellow Martin in case he wants like Nibiru us or something.
Because then we get a free search for Serenade Dance.
Yeah, we're technically in Nibiru range. Alright, so like you can either choose to go Curious to send another Perfume so we can get the Emerald Bird out of our hand, or you can just go the normal like Lambda shenanigans that we typically try and do. If it were up to me, I would go Curious because that's another like insurance point against Nibiru. Because if they Nibiru when we have Curious on the board, then we get a card back. Yeah. That's why we didn't use the Perfume early, because at this point we can add back Perfume if Nibiru's is here.
Alright, so yeah. Perfume again?
Yep, we can do Perfume again.
I guess milling the 3 cards is like a choke point also. We can mill something useful. Oh, or something really good. This is good.
Yeah. Alright, so that's actually insane, yeah. So we have 2 searches. It's kind of like even more searches than we need because we don't have, we obviously can't scale 3 Tigers, but it's still like really beneficial just to get these cards out of our hands. So yeah, we can use one of the Perfumes at this point. I think I would discard the Emerald Bird first, and I'll mention why later. Well, like just in a bit.
Tiger, right?
But yeah, we can grab a second Tiger. All right, and then we can scale Tiger, and then we can bring back the Emerald Bird. So like now, if we get Nibiru'd, we'll get 2 effects off, and that's really good. And I think here I would actually just make an Appaloosa, just to like stop any like hand traps, because we can still do like the redoer lambda stuff, because we
Alright.
just haven't done like all of our plays yet. Yeah, so we can use our Martin at this point.
I was thinking it'd be cool to play like a Luster Pendulum to pop a Tiger to get a monster and get a new Tiger.
Yeah, I was actually playing around with a Pendulum LunaLight list for quite some time, and then they hit Electromite, which kind of was unfortunate because that's like a really like strong interaction. Electromite Pop Tiger was like a +2. But yeah, you can use Perfume at this point as well to discard the Zephyrs, of course.
There's always a minor concern of our opponent getting tired of waiting for us, so we have to move a little faster, I think.
Okay, yeah, sure. So we can grab Tiger just like for extra follow up, because it's not really that big of a difference. We just need Zephyrs and Grave. Alright, so we can rescale a Tiger, and then bring back a copy of Emerald Bird. Alright, and then we can overlay for a copy of Redoer. Alright, and then we can use Zephyrs now. And then scale Tiger. We can use a Bezel Ship later.
Alright.
Yeah. And then we can make those into a Lambda, and then we can use the Bezel Ship now and detach the one that's not Emerald Bird.
Now
and then we can use redo it. Yep, and then we get another rank 4. And we get to trigger Lambda. And we can chain it the same way as before. Yep. And we are in a very strong position.
And what do we get? Does it matter, Perpetua, I guess?
Yeah, Perpetua, just to make sure that we get a trap under Redoer. Because Redoer doesn't do a whole lot if you don't have a trap under it, so that's just my personal opinion.
So I'm going to resolve Redoer. Can I actually use Perpetua's effect now?
Yes, you can if you want to.
Is there a reason to do it now versus later?
It doesn't make a big difference at this point, but like you could just get more value. You can like get Winder under Redoer so that like if you detach next turn, like on our following standby phase, we can use the Perpetual effect. So that's something to probably do. Yeah.
My brother was asking me, and I didn't know why we didn't do it once, or you weren't doing it in the combo video.
Right, yeah. That was more for just like demonstration, but people pointed it out, and it's a good point. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe he comes back at the end of the turn, not the end phase, and then we were reading it over and like, no, that's not right. So we got 2 monsters now. Ooh, Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous, alright.
So I guess this is one of the problems. We could summon Winder from Grave.
We could, but we need space for Gamma again. Okay, and we don't really want to banish the Redoer because that would put the Miscellaneous in Grave, and we definitely don't want to give him that. So we'll just take the minor loss and card advantage to prevent him from fully popping off. Like, it does suck when you like attach like good cards for your opponent, like good graveyard cards, but it gives you information, so...
I mean, we could stop this, but it's not once per turn, but it's a spell.
Yeah, the tricky thing is that like Miscellaneous Saurus can protect his guys from like our Gamma and our Redoer and stuff, so it's always a risky call. I think like it also depends if he's playing like Lost World versus what is it called, like Diagram and True Kings.
I think
I would consider just negating it now because like if you get Miscellaneous Saurus, like if you already opened the Overraptor, for example, yeah, put it under Redoer. Like if you already opened the like Overraptor and like grabs Miscellaneous Saurus, then like that just kind of shuts off a lot of the board. Oh, Fire Kings.
Oh, we could spin that. It's just another diagram, really.
Yeah, we can like wait for him to activate the effect. Yeah,
Well, he did, so now we're forced to use this now.
yeah. So it's
Trap
attached to
card.
trap and the spell. Yeah. So we get it.
If we detach the monster, we can just attach it back to Perpetua using flyback, right?
Yeah, but we also would be able to use flyback regardless. So like, just in case he has like something else.
So just
There's not really a benefit. Yeah, I would do just the 2 because like we're already in a pretty good spot. Oh, there's a winder anyway, so there we go.
Set rotation.
Set rotation.
Well, we can't stop another diagram.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that will resolve on his part.
I guess we're just gonna have to negate the baby Ceresaurus in the graveyard?
Yeah.
Or the whatever it is.
Yeah. That's fine, because we still have Appaloosa as well, so...
Oh good, yeah, I forgot about Appaloosa. It's not a card I've been playing in my deck. Because I play Infernoids, and you just don't have enough monsters to give up for an Appaloosa.
Right, right.
Ooh.
Cosmo Town.
Fun. This is the fun stuff.
So he's gonna like try and pop Cosmo Town and do some goofy stuff. Alright.
He could be popping up Cosmo Ship. I don't know what he's gonna pop.
Fire King Cosmo Dino.
I think it makes sense.
It's an interesting deck for sure. Alright, we'll just see where he goes before we commit our negates.
Yeah. Or how often do you... Oh, well,
okay.
That makes sense. Okay, well, we got some... Oh, Rage Quit.
Alright, cool.
Alright,
yeah, you can expect that when you play meta decks on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and that's why I play on Dueling Book a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I play against this. It always feels like a rogue deck, because it just feels like such a mishmash. Like, this isn't what like a meta deck does. They don't usually mishmash that much.
Right.
Let's get going.
I think another thing, too, is that people in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro often don't play matches, so...
Well, if you host TCG-only matches, you can expect people to be a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
I also never get to play against anybody who's playing meta, because every time I join them, they say Infernoids. They're like, you're not playing meta, and they leave me.
Feels bad.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I just host them and just hope that they're playing meta. Alright.
Alright, well, we were good on 3 for 3 on dice rolls. Alright, so this is a hand where you kind of have to summon Emerald Bird and hope that it sticks.
Well, I was thinking we could Armageddon Knight the Kaleido chick, and then revive it with LunaLight Perfume.
I think people are more likely to hand trap Armageddon Knight than they would for Emerald Bird, because a lot of people read Emerald Bird and are just like, oh, it's just a filter card, whereas Armageddon Knight, like, they don't know what our deck is yet, so they might just be tempted to ash it.
Alright, I can absolutely agree with that. I would definitely consider leaving Emerald Bird alone and hitting Armageddon Knight.
Yeah, because this gets you like an additional plus. Alright, so we drew Flyback, which is a little unfortunate, because that's like the one brick. Besides,
does it do anything on field?
Yeah, it lets you attach stuff from your deck, which is cool, but the problem is you can't use both its on-field effect and the graveyard effect in the same turn. So, you want to
it does kind of mean we don't have to make Perpetua.
It does, yeah, because we can just attach the retrograde, and it's still a trap. Yeah, so the line of play obviously is Perfume here, because that's all we can really do.
Alright.
Yeah, but we are still in a good position here. We can still make 4 Strix and do our whole play. The thing I noticed too is that a lot of people like to hand trap the 4 Strix, but you can oftentimes go into Curious and it's like pretty good too. Attach Martin.
Perfume discards Zephyros, right?
Discards Serenade for sure. Because Serenade sends Zephyros, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah,
both.
it's like the trifecta, that's what I like to call it. And you search Tiger, of course.
And then the Serenade Dance can get us our...
Kaleido chick, yep. Because that's what we're missing.
Do that now?
Yep, we can do that now.
Alright,
yeah, so we can use her. Yeah, we can send like a second copy of Martin. Just to... I don't know. Just to have it there, I suppose. We can link off into the Lambda here.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and then we can scale Tiger, and then bring back... we can bring back the Admiral Bird if you want to use a Redoer, like right now, which is pretty fine.
All right.
Yeah, and we use Martin. And we get overlay for redoer. Redoer effect, detach the Emerald Bird, and then grab a monster back. And trigger Lambda, of course. Unfortunately, drew the driver, but we still had a good hand, so I can't really complain too much. And then here we can rescale our Tiger. And then, yeah, so we're basically going to end on an IP plus a rank 4, plus the redoer stuff. So, yeah. You can sequence this. It's not really super like impactful at this point. I would just make the IP first and then go into the rank 4 of choice. Usually it's Dweller. One thing you could play is Evil Swarm Nightmare. I am a fan of that card. It's just space is really, really tight. That's what it comes down to.
That card is so annoying. I think it's the better choice.
Yeah.
Right.
If I was playing it in this list, then I would definitely like. It's a great card to blind, but yeah, I just think that and like I play a lot of mirror matches on Dueling Book. That's why like Dweller's in there instead. Because like Dweller is standing against the mirror match.
Set flyback?
Yeah, set flyback. Yeah.
And this is where we end, right?
Yeah, we end here. And even though we can't use flyback's graveyard effect, the fact that we have Dweller kind of makes that like less, you know, less of a bad thing. Less of an issue. Alright, so use Redoer in the standby phase.
We got a spell, so flyback for retrograde?
Yep. And then we can...
Do we Dweller right away? Because he has Imperm. We could wait for him to put a card on the board, but we lose to a Kaiju or something.
He probably would have Impermed the Redoer.
I don't know. I'd be tempted to Imperm the Lambda, the Dweller, and the Redoer.
You can wait
all
on
these
it
cards.
for sure if you want to play
potentially the IP. All of these cards are impermeable.
Yeah, we could definitely wait and just see.
Because if they commit a single card to the board, they don't have like a Kaiju. We're golden. So this is the scenario where you get to use your Gamma more than once, maybe? Ah, son of a bitch.
Speaking of Kaijus.
I guess now we should wait.
Yeah, we can wait again. We'll see.
Oh my god.
Yep, and that is one of the problems of this deck.
Dweller.
We are forced to use Dweller. And we'll, I guess, use Redoer to draw a card.
We missed the opportunity to search another Gamma.
Yeah. Well, on the bright side, we still can Gamma. It's just he's playing a blind second deck. Yeah, that's actually something I'm probably gonna be doing moving forward is summoning Redoer in defense, just so that we don't get blown out by Lightning Storm.
Oh yeah, it's such an easy thing to do. The Dweller also, I screwed that up big time.
Yeah, it's all good. I didn't mention it, so that's also my bad. But
yeah, well, none of my locals players have Lightning Storm because they're all
Right. A lot of people still don't have Lightning Storm. That card's really hard to get right now. I don't have Lightning Storm.
Well, we can't stop this.
Did he use Miscellaneous already?
He searched it.
Oh yeah, all right. I didn't pay attention.
There's no point in running right into it.
Yeah, unfortunate. Oh, he's gonna attack us?
I don't disagree with his play. He's making it so where we can't actively make plays.
Oh, alright, well, that's actually not the worst, because, especially because we drew another Tiger. So, yeah, we have quite a bit of good follow-up. We can start with Armageddon Knight.
What does Armageddon Knight send in this deck? Feels like it's a weird start.
I think in this instance, I would send Winder because we still have Perpetua. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we still have Perpetua, so we could like still summon the Winder out later and do that kind of thing. Oh, we quit.
Another rage quits.
We could do one more. I'm very bad at thinking of things that like I haven't already like previously considered.
That's like why I like my series. Random shit happens, and
yeah, if like random things happen, then I'll like talk about them. But yeah,
I'm open to opting to go second in this game just to maybe see what happens if we go
yeah,
second.
yeah. If we win the die roll, we'll go second and try and play through a board. I guess that's good. Or he can win.
Because I have a concern that this deck can't do that.
All right. Well, he made us go first anyway. All right.
All right, whatever.
Well,
fine, we'll play better.
Out of our control. Yeah. Okay, so this hand, it can do a wide variety of things. I think I would probably start out with the goods first. And then send a copy of... It's so tempting to send Serenade Dance because that's like normally what I would do in this kind of a hand, but we could also technically foolish for Martin and grab Serenade Dance to get extra value, so that's like depending on how greedy you want to be, you could do it one way or the other. Sending Serenade is good because it plays around like DD Crow, because like you just chain it if they DD Crow it, and it's fine. So
right.
I guess for like purposes of showing off that, we can send Serenade, even though it's not the highest value play. It's like the safest play.
All right.
Especially because he's blinding second, so that's also something to keep in mind is hand traps. So yeah, I would use Serenade Dance. And discard, or not discard, but send the driver.
Oh, that's important. It's not a discard, so if you're both playing Gagers, you don't get any value off of this.
Yeah, and we summon Chick. Yeah, we can use Chick and send ourselves a copy of Martin. And then we're gonna have to perfumate out. This does preserve our normal summons, so that's also a thing to keep in mind.
Well, we don't have a good normal at the moment.
Yeah. So we can go into our Force Strix play.
Come on, no material.
Yeah, yeah. If we get gnomed, we pass, then hopefully we don't die, but probably would. So yeah, yeah. Detach. It doesn't matter what we detach, because if we get ashed here, then we'll have perfume set up, so it's fine. Yeah, so we can perfume now, or we can normal summon. That's also a thing, because like we could technically discard the Mothman, but I don't like giving my opponent free cards.
Well, that's how we found out our opponent was playing Shadal last game. I'm trying to think, is there a good enough card to Foolish? Like, Foolishing Bezelship gets us a card on board.
Yeah, Foolishing Bezelship is not bad here. That's like something to think about.
Is it too early to decide on that? We are running low on time. We have to make
yeah, I would just go for the normal play, which is perfume at this point. Yeah.
Alright.
Because regardless, we'll have enough resources to make like the standard board, and then we can work from there. Yeah. So scale, and then bring back a Chick so we can send Emerald. That's like a good reason too. Is like the more times you can send Chick, or summon Chick, the more you can set up your grave, of course.
I am tempted to do the Bezelship still now.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do it now. That's like fine. I don't think there's a better card really to Foolish at this point.
Because we already used Yellow Martin, and I feel like we'll be able to use Emerald Bird later anyway. Right. And this is where we have a free detach here.
Correct. Yeah, so we can fire off the Bezelship and summon it wherever. And then we can use the Chick and the Force Strix to make a copy of Lambda. Because Curious doesn't really get us that much value.
Yeah, I was thinking we can make it here, but I don't think we need to get to anything.
Yeah, not really much of a point. Yeah, we can go ahead and use our Martin here. I always like to use Martin first, just because like, if we do get interrupted, then that means that we can like see how we use our Zephyrs, because that is the once per duel effect. Yeah, we can scale Tiger.
I think we want to use Emerald Bird first, right?
Correct, yeah.
So Emerald Bird with Bezelship?
Yep, so that Bezelship doesn't get banished.
We can get Perpetua or IP, or what should we get?
We can do Perpetua rank 4 or Perpetua IP.
We also have we have a normal summon, we have a level 4 in hand.
Yeah, but at that point that doesn't actually get us anything, so we can just keep it. Yeah, we can do Perpetua IP. which should be.
So Perpetua now.
Yeah, we get Perpetua now. Yeah.
Timer's becoming a concern.
Yeah. Perpetua can attach Winder.
All right, now use Redoer.
Yep.
Detaching Emerald Bird. Lambda. Bring back Chick.
Yes.
Starting to see how this deck functions. It does the same thing with different cards.
Exactly. That's why it's like so cool. I would just keep the Mothman in hand because we have Tigers still, right? So it's like the same thing anyway.
Might as well use cards that they're aware of, right?
Yeah. Plus, it's like kind of just a resource that we don't have to commit, so we have it next turn, and we can make IP. Yep, I would do IP.
I think I might have put these in the wrong zones. Does it matter?
It's not really that big of a deal. Yeah. If anything,
Pass?
if you want to make pass. If anything, if you want to make Unicorn with IP, then it's in the middle, so like you'll have two sideways pointing arrows for like the Unicorn to make Nightmare plays on that next turn, like Phoenix and stuff, and then Reader comes back. Yeah, so it's really tempting to use Winder or to summon Winder off Perpetua, but we don't have space for Gamma, so unless if like we attach a monster here that is worth like putting in grave, which we didn't. So yeah, we'll just use the attach effect of Perpetua and leave the Winder in grave, where we'll use it on our next turn if it survives, and then we'll go from there. I'll fly back for sure. All right, so this is like the staple setup. Minus, like, ideally retrograde would be on the field too, but we can't control that all the time, so...
Playing 2 retrograde seems like it would improve the odds of that happening.
Yeah,
I was thinking, like, 2 serenades would be good in general, just because...
And the scoop. You blinded second, and, yeah.
Alright, so we could assume that we're going first again, I guess?
It's kind of iffy because like some people like to try going second again in that case. Some people are like,
so they determine that they can't break the board. So
yeah,
they'll determine they can't break the board and they'll try going first.
Yeah, or he surrenders anyway. All right, so we're not really gonna get a good showcase of the side deck here, but we at least understand the fundamental mechanics of how like the main deck is supposed to operate. So I think that's like valuable enough.
All right, is there anything that we should that we want to try again to get in the games, or do we just go to the deck list and?
I think we should still try and go second one time because we went first every single time, whether we wanted to or not. So
new game plan: we're playing a single and we are scooping unless we go second. Because I have no idea what this deck does going second. I'm very concerned about playing it. I built the deck. I literally have it sitting next to me right now.
I actually really like playing second with a heavy danger count because it's actually really good at like forcing out back row and stuff and like interrupts. Like certain decks, if you play against like Spiral and don't open the Gamma, then like yeah, you're probably gonna auto lose going second. But that's kind of like every other deck, like even like Spiral Mirrors. So like unless if you're main decking like a lot of hand traps for it. Like I played the VIP qualifier this weekend and I actually played a Goki list with 16 hand traps.
VIP qualifier for what, the UDS?
For YCS Charlotte,
okay.
Which is I think next month in March.
Because I know Vegas is next week.
Right, yeah, that's the 3v3. So yeah, I ended up playing like a hand trap heavy Goki list to try and like beat combo decks. And I didn't end up facing Spiral, but I ended up facing like other stuff. I did play against like LunaLight, like the Kali Yugioh build.
I closed it because it was taking so long.
Oh, all good, all good.
I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna make a TCG OCG because that could have been why it was taking so long.
Yeah.
My friend, he got 8th at a regional this weekend, and he played 7 Altergeist with his Altergeist deck.
Really?
Yeah.
He played 7 mirror matches?
Maybe it was 6. So I think it was 6 mirror match Altergeist, 2 hero, and 1 Spiral.
That's crazy. Like, yeah, for as dominant as like Spiral like seems to be in everyone's mind, like a lot of events just like don't have that much Spiral, which is really interesting. With the exception being like the UDS. I think like if you're going to like a tier 3 event, like a YCS, then it's good. All right, so
yes, we're going second. Yeah,
we're going second, and we opened Gamma, which is good if we're against a combo deck, and we're against the back row deck, kind of, I think.
Or a brick.
Or a brick, yeah. So what's nice is that like even if you go for the normal line of play, you can force out back row pretty easily. He also could have hand traps, so what you could do is you could like make Lambda right away because we have Gamma, so we can ensure ourselves against hand traps, or we could just try and force out the back row instead. It's really dependent on the situation. I would just try and get rid of the back row, and if he has hand traps, we'll deal with them later.
So normal check?
Yeah, normal check.
Alright.
Yeah, we can send the Yellow Martin.
We haven't gotten called by on it yet. That would be a good showing.
Yeah, if we get called by it, that definitely is unfortunate. Yeah, we can tiger it out.
Well, I figured we just get the tiger out of our hands so we don't hit it off of the Suchi,
Right.
but is the Suchi worth using now?
I would use the tiger first so we can get Zephyros to hand, so we have a chance of pitching the Zephyros.
Okay.
Right, so it's not called by.
4 Strix.
Yeah, 4 Strix. Let's see if that's like a strike or anything. Compulse. Okay, good. That's actually like a real interruption. Alright, so what we can do is we could try and like be really stubborn and go for it again. Or we could just try and force out like other stuff.
I don't know. I was thinking it'd be funny to just make 4 Strix twice.
Yeah, we could do that. It's actually not that bad. We could do that for sure.
Alright. So Yellow Martin?
Yeah, because Yellow Martin. Because worst case scenario, like he doesn't really have like we don't know what he's playing still, so like we're not in that much danger.
Look more like a brick hand, but I mean, if he's playing like Altergeist, he didn't have a Faker in hand.
Right.
What are we sending?
We'll send Emerald Bird here. I just like to get Emerald Bird and Gravis like fast as I can. Right. Then we can go for 4 Strix again. I would actually consider this play. Yeah. If he has Compulse again, then he has it. Right. So we can detach the Yellow Martin. Yep. Strike. Imperm? No? Alright. Alright, so we can snake here, because that's like our only real play.
And we don't lose...
Reincarnation. Alright.
So snake discarded, even though it doesn't get the summon.
Well, that's unfortunate, but we have a better hand now, so we can use a Winder, actually, and grab our second retrograde. So, in a way, that actually helped us.
Well, at least we see why they kind of didn't do anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if we can OTK, and I think we can. So, we can go for the Perfume. Because we can just Boros Sword OTK, I think, at this point. We can bring back... we can bring back Emerald if you want to play around like Nibiru, I guess. That's like always the thing I like to do, is just try and play around Nibiru.
Alright.
We can use the Graveyard effect of Perfume to discard the Nessie.
And this is a discard.
This is a discard, yes. We grab Tiger and probably Jackalope, because we can send another Perfume and send the Jackalope and get another monster on the field.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So LunaLight Perfume is not a LunaLight card, but it discards, and LunaLight Serenade Dance is a LunaLight card, but sends as cost. Okay.
Yes. That's actually not a cost as well. That's another thing too. The sending isn't a cost.
Oh, but it is by card effect, so it would activate things like
Emerald Bird,
monsters, Emerald Bird, and
I used to play not used to, but like, I tried out a blind second list at a regional just for fun. It was like the last event before the January ban list. Yeah, we can search another Tiger here. It's fine.
Well, we're clearly a pendulum deck. All right.
Oh yeah. We're pendulum summoning with 2 5 scales, but I played this blind second list, and I drew Shaddoll Dragon more than Fusion. Mothman's pretty good because it's a level 4.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Boros Sword?
Yeah, we can just go Boros Sword. Actually, we should scale Tiger first. Actually...
This Tiger's been used. It doesn't look... Where's...
Oh, we are a little short, I think. Yeah, I think we are short.
Oh no. We did all this stuff.
Okay, here's a cool thing. Actually, no, I think we still have it. So what we should do is we should make a Lambda.
I sense us making Tornado Dragon to pop the Tiger.
Yes, yeah, that's what we're gonna do, I think. Let me just make sure that's correct.
So if we tornado pop land,
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't actually accomplish anything. So what we
well,
should
we get
do...
2 tigers, and the 2 tigers and the tornado dragon is Boros Herd. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah, I think that's correct. It's like hard for me to visualize like when.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, that's probably the good play here. Yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter which one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is definitely... I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, this is definitely enough for a game, hopefully.
Well, the purpose of that play was not to get... was to be able to activate both tigers.
Oh, yeah. But I just, like, couldn't calculate the number of monsters for some reason, but yeah, you were right.
Well, actually, we only needed one of them.
Yeah, we didn't even need both. But,
so just...
leave whichever one you brought back off the destroyed tiger, because that one can attack, whereas the negated ones can't attack.
The tiger doesn't bring it back. It would be the chick then, right?
Yeah, you want to leave the chick then, yeah. Because she can attack, but the other ones can't. Alright. Nibiru.
Well, I mean, you got it.
Valor. You can
well,
just
that doesn't
chain
matter.
It. Yeah.
You can't respond. Well, he has to do it in the main phase, so he's forced.
Yeah.
So we can still attack twice.
Yeah, we can still attack twice, yeah.
Because we resolved first.
And this should be lethal.
Oh look, we can go second into a board where nothing is interesting on it.
Yeah. It was technically 3 interruptions. Technically.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't consider reincarnation a real disruption.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the deck list and see if there's anything we want to address. Alright, welcome back to the deck list. Any thoughts on cards that you've tried in the past and things that people might want to test or not test? I've had a couple of ideas. I was thinking just more level 4 extenders like Hat Tricker or I mentioned Shade Brigadine. I was thinking Dragon Shrine and Darkworm.
It is something I did test. I did test Dragon Shrine and Darkworm, and it's not bad. Like the whole thing with the these cards that I specifically decided to incorporate in the deck is they all kind of help with consistency at the same time as like putting bodies on the field. Because like even if they're not level 4s like the Snake and like the Jackal and the Nessie and stuff, like they still at least contribute to Curious, which is like another form of consistency. But there's a lot of like liberty in how you can build the deck. I've seen like a lot of different builds floating around. Like you can make it a like heavy psy-frame build. You can play more defensive cards. You can play Call by the Grave. You can play Evil Swarm Nightmare. The Utopia package is still fine.
I had a goofy idea of playing Melody of the Awakening Dragon and playing Levenair. Well, the thought was being that sometimes you just can't discard your perfumes.
Right.
And I know you could play Dugaris for that, or you could play Barricade.
That's kind of like the idea behind Magician Souls, right? That's why people play that card, but I am not about to go and spend $400 on it, so I think I'll pass on that. But
yeah. But my Levenair idea was just as easy discard, and you can Kaleido check lights and darks to grave.
Right.
So you can do a little bit of whatever you wanted with it.
Yeah, you can do a lot of goofy stuff. Like the LunaLight engine is so like flexible that you can do like crazy stuff. There's like a build floating around where you can make VFD turn 1 with a Just Chick Tiger, and that's also kind of funny. But,
oh, really? It's literally just that? I thought it took more.
Yeah, no, it's Chick Tiger in any discard. You just do a Guard Dragon combo and you make VFD.
That's pretty cool. I think it uses Utopia Kaiser or something, right?
Oh, you're thinking of Kali Yuga, but yeah, Kali Yuga.
Oh, I thought Utopia Kaiser was used to summon the
VFD?
I think it summons Dingirsu and VFD because somehow.
Yeah, you can do either. Yeah, but there's only one rank up that deck plays usually. But there's like so many options. Like that's kind of the whole point is that like you can make whatever you want with this deck as long as a Tiger remains at 3.
Okay. That's always a concern, actually. I guess a lot of these cards aren't once per turn, and non-once per turn cards tend to hit the ban list at some point.
Yeah. If Tiger gets hit to 1, I would probably still play around with the deck. If it gets banned, it's just kind of unplayable. So we'll see how that happens.
Alright, well, even if it does, I don't expect it to get banned next. I mean, it could. It was part of the Orcus LunaLight deck, which was the best deck.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how well it does at the UDS. Well, we already know how that it got a fair number of tops, but still not as much as Spiral, I don't think. But yeah, we'll see how it does at like Vegas and Charlotte and all the other events.
All right. So final things, plugs. Make sure you check out Sir Emanon's channel for additional LunaLight content. He is a purely LunaLight channel. He doesn't do anything but LunaLights.
Well, I'm hoping to kind of change that actually.
I know
because
that was a complete joke.
yeah. Because no, I know that there's some people who legitimately think that, but I do view myself as just more of an analytical, sort of all-encompassing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh channel. So that's kind of the goal behind what I view my content to be. But definitely at the present moment, LunaLight is a central focal point of the channel, just because it's been so good for so long. So.
Yeah, so things you do would be deck profiles, which I guess is not the biggest selling point, but then there's a road to 1000 DB rating, so that's playing on the DB ladder.
Yeah, it's like a very like analytical series where I kind of look at my plays, my opponent's plays, and kind of discuss like optimizations that could be made or like certain lines of reasoning. It's like a little bit similar to this series, just instead of being in real time, it's like a retrospective look.
Oh man, doing this in real time by yourself is really boring, but doing a retrospective by yourself is a little easier.
Right, yeah.
Apparently you played one of my friends recently in the LunaLight Time Thief videos.
Oh, did I?
He went by like Pikachu or something.
Oh, that's him. Interesting. Yeah, he did mention that he was a viewer on the channel, so shout outs to you.
Think of anything else that you do. You're hosting tournaments on your Discord server?
Yeah, I am hosting a tournament on my Discord server, which you can find in the links or in the description of any of my videos. It's going to be more geared towards just like a standard TCG meta tournament, but for those who like maybe can't go to locals as much or just want like more testing, that's like kind of a platform to do that. And then the other things that I do are like certain like discussion videos. Like I did a recent video on like Magician Souls and LunaLights and like comparing and contrasting them to Dangers. I also talk about like obviously I do a lot of combo videos. Like that's probably like the biggest selling point of my channel. Is that like I go very, very in depth. I feel compared to maybe some other videos that might show like one or two combos, I like try and be as encompassing as I can. So yeah.
Yeah, the ordering of your choice of those combos are interesting also. It's like, this is the most boring play, and we're going to keep upping it.
Yeah.
It's going to keep getting more crazy. I think you should start with the craziest combo, though.
Yeah, probably. Something to keep in mind.
Here's the first one. Here's level S. Now here's level Z, and then go back, you know?
Yep, yeah.